The Roman Empire existed for centuries. It built roads across continents, controlled enormous trade routes, collected taxes from millions of people, paid huge armies, created massive public projects, and developed one of the most powerful economic systems of the ancient world. But Rome also struggled with inflation, debt, overspending, political instability, currency problems, and expensive expansion. That is what makes Rome so interesting from a money perspective. Because many of the financial problems people face today are not completely new. The technology has changed. The currencies have changed. The banking system has changed. But human behavior around money has remained surprisingly similar. So here are 10 money lessons we can learn from the Roman Empire. Lesson 1. Build wealth through ownership, not just labor. Roman society clearly understood the power of ownership. Land was one of the most important forms of wealth. A person who owned productive farmland could generate crops year after year. A merchant who owned ships could participate in trade. A workshop owner could produce goods and earn from the labor of others. The important idea was simple. Labor creates income. Ownership can create income repeatedly. That same principle exists today. A salary is valuable, but when your salary stops, your income may stop too. Ownership changes that. Today, ownership might mean stocks, index funds, rental property, a business, intellectual property, or another productive asset. You do not need to own an empire. You simply need to gradually own things that can produce value without depending completely on every hour of your labor. The long-term goal is not only to work for money. It is to slowly build assets that can work alongside you. Lesson 2. Diversify before trouble arrives. Rome depended on trade from many different regions. Grain could come from Egypt. Olive oil could come from Spain. Luxury goods could travel through eastern trade routes. Metals, wine, textiles, and other products moved across the empire. Why was that important? Because depending on only one region could be dangerous. A bad harvest, conflict, disease, or disruption could create shortages. Modern investors face a similar problem. If all your money is invested in one company, one industry, or one type of asset, one bad event can damage your entire financial position. Diversification does not guarantee profits, but it reduces the chance that one mistake destroys everything. A diversified portfolio might include broad market stocks, international exposure, bonds, cash reserves, and other assets depending on your goals. The lesson is simple. Do not wait for the crisis to discover that you were too concentrated. Diversification works best when you build it before trouble arrives. Lesson 3. Debt can expand an empire or destroy it. Debt itself is not always bad. Roman governments borrowed, funded military campaigns, financed construction, and used future revenue to support current spending. Businesses and landowners also use credit. The problem begins when debt grows faster than the ability to repay it. That lesson applies directly to personal finance. Debt can help create value. A reasonable mortgage may help someone buy a home. A business loan may help expand a profitable company. Education debt may sometimes increase earning power, but debt used only to finance consumption can become dangerous. Credit card balances, luxury purchases, vehicles that are far above your budget, buy now, pay later obligations. The question is not simply, is debt bad? A better question is, what will this debt produce? If the debt creates more value than it costs, it may be useful. If it only creates payments, it may reduce your future freedom. Lesson 4. Infrastructure creates long-term wealth. One of Rome's greatest strengths was infrastructure. Roads, aqueducts, ports, bridges, public buildings, transportation networks. These systems did more than look impressive. They improved trade, communication, military movement, and economic activity. There's a personal finance version of infrastructure too. Your financial infrastructure includes the systems that make good money behavior easier. Automatic investing, automatic bill payments, a proper emergency fund, insurance, retirement accounts, a monthly budget, a debt repayment plan, a simple investment strategy. Most people focus only on investment returns. But strong financial systems are often more important than constantly searching for the perfect investment. If your system automatically saves and invests money every month, you do not need motivation every week. Build the system once, then allow the system to work for years. Lesson 5. Control spending before spending controls you. Rome became incredibly wealthy, but wealth also created expensive lifestyles, elaborate buildings, luxury goods, large military costs, public entertainment, political spending. Over time, maintaining a powerful empire became extremely expensive. Individuals face the same basic problem. Income can rise, but spending often rises with it. Someone earns $50,000 and feels stretched. Then they earn $80,000. Instead of becoming financially secure, they upgrade the car, the home, vacations, subscriptions, and lifestyle. Soon, they still feel stretched. This is lifestyle inflation. The solution is not to avoid enjoying your money. It is to avoid automatically spending every increase in income. Every time your income rises, direct part of that increase towards savings, investing, or debt repayment. If your lifestyle expands more slowly than your income, the gap becomes wealth. That gap is where financial freedom begins. Lesson 6. Inflation quietly reduces purchasing power. One of the most famous economic problems in later Roman history involved currency debasement. Roman coins originally contained meaningful amounts of precious metal. Over time, some emperors reduced the silver content of coins while producing more currency. The coins still had a similar appearance, but the value behind it changed. As more money circulated with less precious metal backing, prices could rise and confidence in the currency could weaken. Modern monetary systems work very differently, but the basic lesson about purchasing power still matters. If your money grows slower than inflation over long periods, your real purchasing power can decline. Imagine you keep $50,000 in cash for decades. The number may still say $50,000, but what that money can buy may become significantly less. That is why long-term financial planning usually requires a balance. Cash for short-term safety, investments for long-term growth. Inflation is dangerous because it does not usually take your money overnight. It slowly changes what your money can buy. Lesson 7. Taxes shape wealth more than most people realize. Rome required taxes to fund the military, roads, government administration, and public services. Taxes were essential to keeping the empire running, but taxation also affected behavior. Regions with heavy tax burdens sometimes experienced economic pressure and dissatisfaction. For individuals today, taxes also play a major role in wealth building. Two people can earn the same salary and invest the same amount. But if one person uses tax-advantaged accounts effectively, their long-term results may be very different. In the United States, accounts such as a 401k, traditional IRA, Roth IRA, and health savings account can provide valuable tax advantages depending on eligibility and circumstances. The important lesson is this. Do not focus only on how much you earn. Pay attention to how much you keep and how efficiently your money compounds after taxes. Taxes are not a side issue. They are part of the financial plan. Lesson 8. Emergency reserves matter in every era. The Roman world constantly faced uncertainty, crop failures, wars, political instability, disease, trade disruptions, natural disasters. A household or government with no reserves was much more vulnerable when something went wrong. The same principle applies today. An emergency fund may not feel exciting. It does not usually produce dramatic returns, but it can protect your investments from bad timing. Imagine the stock market falls 30%. At the same time, you lose your job. If you have no emergency savings, you may be forced to sell investments during a major decline. But if you have several months of essential expenses available in cash or another highly liquid account, you gain time. That is the real value of emergency savings. It creates options. A common starting goal is several months of necessary expenses, depending on job stability, family responsibilities, and personal circumstances. Emergency funds are not designed to make you rich. They're designed to prevent emergencies from making you poor. Lesson 9. Strong systems outlast strong individuals. Rome survived many emperors. Some were competent, some were terrible, some ruled for years. Others disappeared quickly. Yet the empire continued because it had institutions, laws, military structures, tax systems, roads, and administrative systems. This is one of the strongest lessons for personal wealth. You should not build a financial life that depends entirely on motivation. Motivation changes. Life becomes busy. Markets become frightening. Unexpected expenses appear. Strong systems reduce the need to make perfect decisions every day. For example, automatically contribute to your retirement account. Automatically transfer money to savings. Use a diversified investment plan. Rebalance periodically. Keep your emergency fund separate. Set clear rules before markets become emotional. Your financial plan should still function when you're tired, busy, worried, or distracted. Good systems protect you from your future emotions. Lesson 10. Too much expansion can destroy financial stability. Rome expanded across an enormous territory. Expansion created wealth, power, resources, and influence. But eventually, maintaining such a huge empire became expensive and complicated. Long borders had to be defended. Armies had to be paid. Infrastructure had to be maintained. Administration became increasingly difficult. There's a powerful personal finance lesson here. Growth is not always good if you cannot support it. A larger house means larger maintenance costs. More businesses may mean more complexity. More investments may mean more things to monitor. More debt may make your lifestyle look bigger while your financial security becomes weaker. Sometimes people confuse expansion with progress. But real progress should improve stability, not destroy it. Before adding another financial commitment, ask, does this make my life stronger? Or does it simply make my life larger? Wealth is not about owning the maximum number of things. It is about creating enough assets, income, and flexibility that money stops controlling your decisions. The Roman Empire existed in a completely different world, but many of its financial lessons still feel familiar. Unproductive assets. Diversify before problems arrive. Use debt carefully. Build strong systems. Control lifestyle inflation. Protect your purchasing power. Understand taxes. Keep emergency reserves. Create financial structures that do not depend on motivation. And never confuse endless expansion with real wealth. History does not give us a perfect investment strategy, but it does show us something extremely valuable. Human beings have been dealing with wealth, debt, inflation, risk, ambition, and financial mistakes for thousands of years. The tools change. The behavior often does not. And sometimes, the best money lessons are much older than the money we use today.